4.
First event, Carbine Club, and the first race of the carnival about to get underway. Cybervane has the inside gate. Delirious bounced around in the stalls. Off they go. And Kenzine the first to bounce out. LA Suez began well, eases back early. Special Edition and Cybervane into stride fast, and Royal Voyage is up there as well when they settle down now. Hastings, Toy Carousel and Delirious settling towards the end, and Sedation has only that trio behind it. Special Edition race to the lead now and got about a length and a half in front. Kenzine is running second, 3 lengths to Royal Voyage, a length and a half Cybervane and neck Kilimanjaro. One further back in the field, Dashing Image ahead, Delirious the outside, Sedation trapped out a bit, and then LA Suez over on the inside. King Lotto between horses, second last Toy Carousel, and Hastings last of all when they went past 1,000. Special Edition the leader, out by a length and a half, running second is Kenzine. 2.5 Cybervane in the yellow sleeves, running third on the inside. Royal Voyage is around it, 2 lengths Dashing Image on the inside, and Kilimanjaro. A couple of lengths into LA Suez, and the red with the gold cap well back on the rails coming up towards the turn. Delirious around it with Sedation in the centre, and then Hastings over on the inside in a line of 3, including the filly Toy Carousel and King Lotto. Round the turn now, and Special Edition set sail for the run to the judge, 2 lengths to Kenzine second. Royal Voyage running on fairly well on the outside, and then Cybervane. LA Suez is into the clear now, and Dye's got him under the whip, and with Sedation coming home fast on the outside of him. Special Edition took the field to the 200, leading Kenzine, Royal Voyage, and wider out is LA Suez and Sedation. Kenzine took the lead. Royal Voyage is tackling it, and now the filly Toy Carousel. Royal Voyage and Kenzine, Toy Carousel coming at them hard. They go to the line. I think Toy Carousel might have just got there from Royal Voyage and Kenzine. A gap behind them, LA Suez and Special Edition from Sedation. Next to finish was Delirious. A gap to Cybervane, followed by King Lotto, Hastings, Kilimanjaro and Dashing Image last of all. Racing, Chavog began okay. Jumalik flew the gates. Out quickly as Natural As My Name, but Jumalik's going to take the field very quickly down to the inside rail with great pace and leads from Chavog. In third placing, Point Danger moving up on the outside as they go past the 1,000-metre mark. Just behind them, Natural As My Name, and then Marauding Rogue and Tokyo Cut on the outside. At the 800 metres, and Jumalik on the inside, the leaders. Chavog, the favourite, moved up and joined at the outside. They're about 3 lengths in front of Point Danger. A long break then to Natural As My Name, Tokyo Cut and Marauding Rogue on the inside. By the 600, Jumalik, the leader, about a neck in front of Chavog. The favourites leading Point Danger, and a break of about 5 lengths further back, Natural As My Name, Tokyo Cut and Marauding Rogue. At the 400, Jumalik on the inside, Chavog on the outside. Point Danger's running a bit of a race coming at the pair of them now. They're at the 300 metres, Jumalik under pressure. Point Danger's going better than the pair of them. Point Danger's raced up and taken the lead now from Chavog, and Jumalik battling strongly on the inside at the 100 metres, and Point Danger broke 2 lengths in front. He's home for Brett Preble, Jumalik and then Chavog. Point Danger folding up on the line, but Point Danger wins it from Jumalik. Chavog struggling into third placing, remains a Melbourne maiden. Next, Natural As My Name, and a long break behind them to Tokyo Cut and Marauding Rogue. Point Danger, ridden by Brett Preble.
Away now, and it looked a reasonable start too. Gambler's Image, Alcatel, Anterior all began well, so did Extracurricular, and going up out wide was Stormbreaker, looking to join in with those. Sitting just back off the speed is Famous Pirate. Extracurricular now eases back out of the early fray and is going back to centre field. Inside of it, Famous Pirate, a length away back on the rail, Narvino, and 1 1/4 to Sudden Appeal. Still a bit of a battle for the lead on the 1,200 metre turn, where 3 of them across the track, and My Pal pulls its way up in the centre. It is working against the rider. Stormbreaker lets loose around them and goes to the front. Gambler's Image settles back to third. Going up and around them now, the roughie of the field, Extracurricular. Anterior outside of Alcatel, 1 1/2 away then to Narvino. A half further back to Famous Pirate, just lost its position a little, and 2 lengths to Sudden Appeal. Stormbreaker at the 800 leads clearly now by 2 lengths to My Pal in the centre, and Gambler's Image the inner, and Extracurricular 3 wide. A length and a quarter off to Anterior, getting a nice run outside of Alcatel. Narvino under pressure. Famous Pirate is being popped, its question. Got the ears laid back and second, 2.5 away to Sudden Appeal. Around the turn they race now, and with 4.80 to travel, the leader Stormbreaker. My Pal's under pressure, going to second, Extracurricular. Wider out Anterior around Alcatel. Famous Pirate will be the deepest runner for home. Into the straight they race now, and it's Stormbreaker by about 1.25 lengths. Coming after it is Extracurricular, then Alcatel, Narvino, My Pal. Down the outside later, both Anterior and Famous Pirate. They stretch across the track. Narvino the centre, down the outside, Famous Pirate and Anterior. Narvino in the centre, Famous Pirate down the outside. Narvino and Famous Pirate, they go to the line with little between them. No, and Narvino, I think, on the inside has won this, about ahead to Famous Pirate. Now, concentrating on those, the others are all across the track, so we'll leave that to the judge for third. We had Alcatel with My Pal and Gambler's Image. Extracurricular ran a bit of a race. Anterior was out wide, and deepest
on the inside, over and above, a little slowly away, and Dino getting back to last in the early stages, and Tempting just leads from Cleach and To The Music, followed by the favourite Schumann in a nice posse fourth around Bull Market, 2 lengths over and above, and about 3 lengths further back is Dino. At the 750, plenty of pace on here. Cleach on the inside and Tempting stride for stride. To The Music in third posse, followed by Bull Market, and then the favourite Schumann, about 2 lengths to over and above, and 6 lengths to Dino, a long way out of its ground with 500 left to run. And Cleach on the inside and Tempting, having a great duel, a length and a half Schumann with the run of the race. On the outside of it is To The Music, the inside Bull Market from over and above, and Dino as they straighten up, and Schumann putting in its claim now to go after Cleach and Tempting, and on the outside is To The Music, but Jason Lee drives the favourite clear Schumann, and down to the 200, the Gay Waterhouse trained Schumann shot away and looks as though he's going to be hard to beat. A low over and above on the outside is making up valuable ground. It's Schumann clear of over and above, Bull Market in third spot, but it's all Schumann. Schumann wins well from over and above, and third Bull Market, followed by Dino. Well, he made up many lengths after getting a mile back. To The Music, weakened out of it. Cleach likewise, second last.
All in for the SAAB. Starter hits the button and they're on their way. Second coming, the Derby winner first to bounce out. Prince Aluka was away quickly. Chatham drifting back at the start. Alburamie was out in a hurry, and so too Prince Dandan, the Moonee Valley Cup winner. Might have to steady though. He's caught 4 wide with the first turn moving up. Vitronite easing back. He's about 4 wide. And Prince Dandan working up on the outside at the 2200 as they head to the Riverside. Second coming from Prince Dandan. Prince Aluka 2 lengths back. Sports Circuit outside him, 1.5 to Bridle Man up to 5th. A length and a half Alburamie, and then Starbine to the inside. 1 to Backdrop and Lisa's Game. 2 lengths further back Chatham on the inside of Brilliant Power, and Ildon Pratted out 3 wide. About 2.5 Zedeka, more than 2 lengths to Vitronite. 2 lengths to Our Unicorn, who's second last, and Guardian Angel by the 1800 metres, and Prince Dandan had gone to the lead. There's no time for loafers here. He leads by 2 lengths to second coming. 2 lengths away Prince Aluka. Sports Circuit a neck away fourth. 1.5 to Starbinder. Bridle Man out 3 wide. Alburamie in the centre. 1 to the grade Chatham over on the inside. Backdrop is racing 3 deep, but does have a little bit of cover from Bridle Man. Lisa's Game between horses. Another 2 lengths break in the field to Ildon, who's racing outside Brilliant Poet. 1 Zedeka. About 2.5 to Vitronite, Guardian Angel, and Our Unicorn, the top waiters, last of all. 1,200 metres to go, and Prince Dandan a length and a half in front. Second coming is running second. 3 lengths away in the field, then Prince Aluka, who's being trailed by Sports Circuit on the outside. 1.5 to Bridle Man, 5th outside Starbinder in the red and gold colours. Alburamie between horses, 1.5 to Backdrop Chatham, a half Lisa's Game. Ildon is next, being ridden along at the moment in the purple and gold stars. Zedeka on the fence, and then Brilliant Power and Vitronite. Guardian Angel second last, and Our Unicorn will need his big sprint to win from there when they came to the turn, but they have run along, and he's got a chance. Prince Dandan led at the 600, a neck to second coming to Prince Aluka. They've broken about 3 to 4 to Starbinder, Alburamie, then Bridle Man under the whip. Vitronite pulls to the outside. Our Unicorn's got a card into the race on his back. Now peels out when they balance. Prince Dandan from second coming, and Prince Aluka chiming in. 2 lengths Starbinder, the Sandown Cup winner, working into his race. They're followed then by Zedeka. Chatham coming home, and Our Unicorn Unicorn. They're inside the 2. Second Coming, just the leader from Prince of Luca. Starbinder still running home well. 100 out, and Starbinder now has raced up and gone to the lead. Starbinder from Second Coming, Prince of Luca, and Starbinder another one for Brett Preble. Second Coming second, Prince of Luca third, and then Prince Standun held on well from Chatham, and our Unicorn just one batted a bit in the straight. Back behind them was Zadenka, and they're followed by Ildon, and then trailed Lisa's Game, Brilliant Poet, Backdrop, Veteranite, Guardian Angel, Alburami.
Away they go. Caught them in a perfect line. Shortly after, the favourite drifted back, Miss Watika, and it's a good battle for the lead. We're going fast out wide. Golden Streak and pushing through the roughie of the field out wider. Tapalinga's joining in with good natural speed. Just off the speed was Cornwall Express to third, followed by Lithgow, Miss Watika to the outside, and a couple away, travelling a little bit extravagantly at the moment, was Jungle Princess before the home turn, 600 out. The pace has been generous. Tapalinga the outside, shaded on the inside by Golden Streak. 1.5 to Miss Watika, starting to amble up on the outside. On her inside was Cornwall Express, and 3 lengths further back Lithgow, and over on the outside joining in Jungle Princess. Now they bunch up turning for home, where this leader made the turn perfectly, Golden Streak, and saved ground. But now coming at them in the centre is Cornwall Express. Miss Watika and Tapalinga are still there, but Cornwall Express sailed to the lead as they raced down with 120 to go. Miss Watika's not making sufficient headway, and Cornwall Express is going to win this comprehensively. Cornwall Express goes on to score by about 3.5. Second, Miss Watika. Third, Tapalinga, the outsider of the field, ran a nice race. They were followed by Lithgow, getting to fourth, followed further back by Jungle Princess, and knocking up badly Golden Streak. Well,
in New South Wales, $1.80 for the win, $1.10 for the place. Rodney Quinn aboard. Set. Just a lurk toey. They're off this time, and the 2-year-olds jumped in a beautiful line too. Jurgen, one of the smartest out, headed by Kappa Crucis. Just a Lurk is going up very, very quickly, and so too is a line as they settle down. Canny Lilt not far away from Aspire. Territorial very wide from Kahiba Lad, and Upon a Time another 2 lengths further off. As they come down the side, 6.50 to run. Kappa Crucis can't get to the fence, just leads from the favourite line the inside, and Just a Lurk making a line of 3. Then Jurgen, Aspire right out off the track is Territorial. Canny Lilt is over on the inside, about 5 or 6 Kahiba Lad, and 7 or 8 Upon a Time travelling. Paulie coming to the corner, and the odds-on favourite. A line on the inside shades Kappa Crucis as they straighten up. Third, Just a Lurk, tending to drop off. Territorial's never been on the track, but he's still coming into it. And as they flatten and come down past the 300, Territorial after a line. Rod Quinn hands and heels on a line where Brian Carter's gone for the whip on Territorial. It's a line, a half-length Territorial, a minute Kappa Crucis. A line on the inside is holding Territorial, and then Kappa Crucis and Just a Lurk. But the first starter, a line, will win it well. It's a line scoring from Territorial. Just a Lurk might have nailed Kappa Crucis for third, followed then by Jurgen, Upon a Time, and the last group of horses were...
Quarter one. Abolition rearing settled. Off they go, and Zalinda jumped well on the inside with Quiet Style. Spectrum was away well. Lucy's Way dropping back a little in the early stages after a good getaway. Chippy's Daughter jumped well, and so did Bonanova, right up with the lead today. And Graceful Encounters up there too, going through the first 250 metres now. Quiet Style goes to the lead over Graceful Encounters. Zalinda box seating, and Bonanova's fourth the outside. 1.5 Lucy's Way, fifth on the inside of Chili's out 3 wide, and Chippy's Daughter the centre. 1.5 lengths to Spectrum, a neck away to Gold City. 2 lengths to Canniana over on the outside of Flirty Bird, and then Abolition, Soul Queen, and Our Dynamic Lady dropped out last, 1,000 to go. And Quiet Style by 3/4 Graceful Encounter. 1 Zalinda, who's dropped the head on the chest, third. On the outside is Bonanova, fourth. 1.5 lengths away Lucy's Way, who races fifth on the inside. The lime colours of Chili's going forward next, and they're being followed by Chippy's Daughter. Gold City comes out about 3 wide in that bunch. 1.5 lengths to Spectrum in the pink colours. Abolition taking off wide. Canniana is next in the field, followed by Our Dynamic Lady, Flirty Bird, and Soul Queen when they corner. And Quiet Style led the field into the straight from from Graceful Encounter. Zelinda over on the fence, needing an out as Bonanova makes a forward move, and they're followed by Lucy's Way going between horses, and further back Gold City, Chili's and Spectrum on the inside. Canniana getting to the outside, but a long way back as Bonanova sprinted to the lead at the 200 metres for Damien Oliver. It's Bonanova by a length and a half now from Graceful Encounter, rallying on the fence, and then Lucy's Way. Canniana flying, but Bonanova's clear, and Bonanova takes it out a length and a half to Lucy's Way. Graceful Encounter third on the inside, then Canniana and Spectrum, Zelinda Weekend, and then came Quiet Style. Back behind those was Our Volition, and she was followed further back by Flirty Bird, Chippy's Daughter and Spectrum. Behind them were Chili's, Gold City and Soul Queen back towards the end with Our Dynamic Lady last of all. Bonanova has taken it out, ridden by Damien Oliver. And if you want to see a perfect ride, just have a look at the replay of that race. Set fourth, one out and one back, dashed to the lead at the perfect time, and away she's gone.
Poppy moving up on the outside of Nevsky Prospect, the centre. Princely Guy, the railer line of three as they head to go out of the straight. Tyrannise back to fourth. Legal Hand, it's outside. And last of all is Mr. Thatcher on the inside of the favourite, the odds-on chance, Prince Charming. Working towards the 2,000 metre mark and aiming for the far side of the course, and the leader is Nevsky Prospect. Bowls along by about a length and a half in front of Graceful Poppy, outside Princely Guy. 1 length away fourth, Tyrannise, and then over on the outside Legal Hand. Over on the inside, Mr. Thatcher, and between those, as they head to the far side of the course in the 1,800 metre turn, is Prince Charming in the royal blue and gold logo colours. Inside the 1,800 metre mark now, and the leader is still Nevsky Prospect by about a length, and the brakes go on. Second is Graceful Poppy. Third on the inside, pulling a bit now, is Princely Guy. They were followed in fourth position, Tyrannise. Legal Hand is pulling on the outside. The rider might soon let him go. Mr. Thatcher on the inside is also working against the rider, and Prince Charming has settled down nicely in the race, as well as anything for that matter. 1,400 to go. And the leader still is Nevsky Prospect by a length and a half. 2 in second place in Graceful Poppy. Princely Guy goes up on the inside. 2 lengths nearly to Tyrannise. Mr. Thatcher getting a run on the inside, and Legal Hand's rider letting him go now. And last of all is Prince Charming. Onto the side turn at 1,200 metres out, and still the leader Nevsky Prospect by a half length to in second placing Princely Guy. Wider out was Graceful Poppy coming at them again. Tyrannise, Mr. Thatcher, Legal Hand, another trio behind them, and racing solo at the tail of the field. The tail end Charlie is the favourite, Prince Charming, but he's only about 3 or 4 off the lead as they move down the side, going to the 800 metre mark now, and they've quickened where Nevsky Prospect joined by Princely Guy almost. Under some pressure, little Graceful Poppy. Legal Hand continues with it on the outside and running on. Then came Tyrannise, followed by Mr. Thatcher, and last of all is Prince Charming. Around the home turn inside the 600, Princely Guy goes to a narrow lead. Legal Hand comes at it quickly. Nevsky Prospect is down on the rail third. Back behind them, Tyrannise. Prince Charming eases to the outside. Nevsky Prospect's done with now. Further back, Mr. Thatcher, and last of all, Graceful Poppy. Homeward bound, Legal Hand has headed Princely Guy. 2 lengths away, Prince Charming starting to knuckle down. Legal Hand, the leader, running down to the 200 metre mark with the favourite. Moved up on the outside. He just loosens the reins and flicks them at him. And the odds on pop, Prince Charming starting to sail clear. Legal Hand holding second. Then came Tyrannise and Princely Guy. But Prince Charming, he's gone to the line nicely to win by about 4 lengths. Second, Legal Hand. 3/4 off probably that much anyway to Tyrannise. Another couple then to Princely Guy. Further back, Nevsky Prospect, Mr. Thatcher and Graceful Poppy.
Thank you very much. All right, pick it up. It's heavy.
The 140 in New South Wales. Turn Me Loose, drawn on the inside. First start today for John Size, and the horse racing without blinkers now. Starter climbs his stand. Racing this time. Sonic Switch jumped moderately well. Actually, one of the early leaders is Selepic, but Sonic Switch is hitting top gear, and he'll go on through a lead a length on Selepic and Turn Me Loose. Traditional goes up very wide out, followed by the stablemates Accuse and Suburbia from Pyjamas Al Man's Joy, and a little more than a length to Marca Bayan. 750 to go, and Sonic Switch is the leader. He's keen to run for little Michael Ward. He's 3/4 on Traditional. A length and a half away third is Turn Me Loose, anxious to run. On the outside of him, Selepic, and a length to Accuse, followed by Pyjamas Suburbia to Markabayan, and a half length to Alman's Joy, the outside, as they go to the 550. And Sonic Switch, the favourite, making play about a length on Traditional. Travelling third is Turn Me Loose. Selepic, one out and one back in fourth posse, and now pulling around the 2 leaders, and a length further away is Suburbia, setting sail for the judge, and Sonic Switch rolling away from the rails, a half length on Traditional. Turn Me Loose, plenty of room for him. Selepic on the outside, and 2 lengths further back is Accuse. At the 200, Sonic Switch grabbed by Turn Me Loose, the inside. Traditional inclined to lay in a bit, and then comes Selepic, but Turn Me Loose first up for the size stable in no danger, and Turn Me Loose will win from Markabayan, who flew for second. Traditional third, then Accused, Sonic Switch, Selepic, followed by Suburbia, and then came Pyjamas. Alman's Joy was back at the tail.
Good morning, first to bounce out ahead of Confer. Tsar Royale and Stride Fast is heading towards the front. Rosa War right into the box seat early on the outside from Grand Archway, and they're followed further back by Rose of Dane, getting back past midfield as Zarzabel sprints forward. They've gone past the 1700. Tsar Royale just a leader. Zarzabel goes up on the outside to run to the lead, and Say Good Morning settling third. About 2 lengths back in the field is Rosa War, still inclined to sit out 3 wide. Grand Archway just inside her with Confer. Back behind them Oak Stream, and then Rose of Dane. About 2 lengths further back, Interest Only, My Jasper, Del Quarren on the outside. No Element, he is trapped out wide towards the end of the field. Curio Jade and Love to Honour. So they run down the back at the 1200 metres now, and Oliver had no choice but to move forward on Rosa War to sit outside Zarzabel, who has the lead. Zarzabel 3/4, Rosa War, who relaxes okay up second now. A length away, Say Good Morning third on the inside as they go past 1,000. They're followed by Tsar Royale, 1.5 Confer, Grand Archway in the blue and white colours next to the outside. Then Interest Only going forward deep. Rose of Dane back on the rail. They're being followed by Oak Stream, a length No Element out wide, and has been all of the way. 2 lengths further back is Del Quarren ridden along from My Jasper. They're followed by Love to Honour and Curio Jade on the rails last of all when they swing the corner. And first around the turn is going to be Zarzabel in blinkers for the first time, led from the favourite Rosa War in the pink sleeves the outside. Interest Only coming into it wider out. Say Good Morning behind the leading horses, and they're followed then by Oak Stream pulled to the outside. Confer needing to get out is pocketed and can't go anywhere. At the 300 still the leader is Zarzabel, but Rosa War pounces on it now, and at the 200 strikes the front. Confer's in the clear. Say Good Morning's now held up. Grand Archway coming, and then Tsar Royale. It's Rosa War just the leader. Grand Archway swamping it out wide, and Grand Archway's got up to win. Rosa War might have held second. Confer and Rose of Dane have both run on well, and Confer was very unlucky. Say Good Morning just behind them. They're followed by Zarzabel and Tsar Royale together, and then Del Quarren. Interest Only followed further back in the field at the head of the other horses, Love to Honour and My Jasper, and they were trailed in by Curio Jade. No Element towards the end, and Oak's Dream one of the last. Stand by for numbers. Opie Bossum has brought Grand Archway with a powerful burst to get.
Run her race, and Miss Houndorf eases to the outside. Bocazza next, Cresta Girl was next, followed by Purring, and Rose of Tillac was dropped off. Around the turn, Brave Deed after Aquasine. Miss Houndorf's after the pair of them. Miss Houndorf down the centre goes with Brave Deed to Aquasine. 3 lengths Bocazza, Cresta Girl. Aquasine and Brave Deed beat off Miss Houndorf. She looks to be struggling. Brave Deed on the outside, Aquasine the inner. Brave Deed in front close to home, and Brave Deed is going to win. Brave Deed first, Aquasine second, Cresta Girl third, Miss Houndorf, Bocazza, Purring, Rose of Tillac, and the maiden galloper Lady Gear long last after showing some speed.
Deeper still is On Demi Point. Then the favourite Pyramid Park on the outside of Expect a Star. Talak Lad is second last, and dropping to the tail but not far back is Zarouche as they gallop almost 400 metres now. And here Lahar is taken on by Greg Ryan's ride On Demi Point, and as they swing the first corner, On Demi Point runs to the lead from Lahar and Chosen Warrior. Wider out is Talak Lad. 2 lengths further back in the field is Basara wide. Racing in the middle is What's That, and on the inside is Uncle Stainless after a good jump getting back to about 4th last now. Zarouche is 3rd last around the favourite Pyramid Park, and 3 lengths Expect a Star. On Demi Point the leader from Talak Lad as they race down the back of the course to the 1200 pole. They lead by about 3.5 lengths on Lahar on the inside of Chosen Warrior. Further away is Basara not having much luck, posted 3 wide. What's That's in the centre, Uncle Stainless on the inside, a little more than a length the Pyramid Park, holding his posse about a horse off the fence, which means that Zarouche on his outside is pretty wide, and about 2.5 Expect a Star. They work onto the side of the track and link up with the 800, little between On Demi Point and Talak Lad. On Demi Point about a head clear, 2.5 to 3 Lahar, followed closely by Chosen Warrior. Basara's going up and has been wide from the word go. 1.5 lengths Zarouche. Pyramid Park called upon. Then What's That, shuffled back a little. Uncle Stain is the inside, and still last is Expect a Star, but they're jamming up onto the corner. 500 out, and On Demi Point leads narrowly from Talak Lad, who's tending to drop the bit. Lahar looking for the inside, a length further back Zarouche, followed by Basara, and Pyramid Park taken to the outside with Expect a Star. They come down to the 250. On Demi Point is grabbed by Expect a Star wide out. Oh, he sprinted like a gazelle. Pyramid Park couldn't match it. Lahar on the inside sticking on, but it's all Expect a Star and Brad Pengelly. Lahar second, then Pyramid Park, but Expect a Star bolted in from Lahar. 3rd Pyramid Park, followed by Uncle Stainless, Basara, then What's That?
For the Derby, and they're off. Sky Heights began okay towards the inside. Mossman was away well with Bet on a Road. Lawyer jumped fast, and Wajib Star's heading towards the leaders early. Leading Light settling down about 6 with Solidity. Hamlet fired up. He's going up round the outside. Wajib Star just the leader. Hamlet running off the course at the 2200 metres. Mossman kicks up on the rails and turning out to the riverside. It's Mossman in front of Wajib Star, Bet on a Road, and Hamlet going up on the outside. Sky Heights slotted in beautifully, 5th on the rail. 2 lengths then to Lawyer, who's trapped out. 3 wide at the moment around Leading Light, and Solidity on the fence. 1.5 lengths to Runaway, and then Stolly well off the pace today. Wellington over on the inside. 2 lengths Receptor, Arena Mithranda, and about 4 or 5 lengths to Typhoon by the 1800 metres. And Mossman will try and do it all the way, as Second Coming did last year. Leads by 2 lengths. Hamlet is running second. Wajib Star 3rd outside. Sky Heights on the rail. 1 Bet on a Road on the outside of Leading Light. 2 lengths further back is Lawyer on the outside of Solidity, and then came Runaway about the middle of the field, travelling well. Next Wellington the Grey, 1.5 lengths to Stolly Arena. Then Receptor Mithranda, and Typhoon last of all going past the 1400 metres. And it's Mossman bowling along by 2 lengths. Hamlet is running second. Sky Heights lobbing along third. 1 to Wajib Star in the black and gold. 1 further back is Leading Light, and then Bet on a Road. 2 lengths Solidity, and on its outside is Lawyer closer to the rail now. 2 lengths to Runaway following Lawyer at that point of the race, and then Wellington about 1.5 lengths or 2 Arena on the inside of Stolly, and then Receptor Mithranda, and 2 or 3 lengths to Typhoon. 900 metres to go. It's been a fast run derby. Mossman just the leader from Hamlet. 2 lengths Sky Heights, Wajib Star. 2 lengths Bet on a Road on the outside of Leading Light, and then Lawyer next in the field as they came up towards the turn in the goal with the blue cap. Runaway tracking into the race, followed by Solidity, hard ridden. Then came Arena. Out wide of pulled out is Stolly. Wellington goes ahead of it, and further back in the field Mithranda and Receptor when they corner. 500 left to go. Mossman the leader. Sky Heights going for the run on the fence. Running on now is Leading Light down the outside, and Arena's poking up on the fence. Here comes now Lawyer and Runaway. Mossman in front. Sky Heights on the rail with Arena coming home well at the 200 metres. Mossman tackled by Arena, who sprinted fast and has shot to the front. It's Arena now from Mossman, Sky Heights and Lawyer. It's Arena well clear though, and will win the derby brilliantly. Arena beats Sky Heights and Lawyer. Mossman fourth, then Runaway. Next Wellington. They're followed further back in the field by Hamlet. Then there's a long break behind these horses to finish. Wajib Star with Leading Light and Typhoon. Then Receptor. Mithranda stay down the race is by Dane Hill from Lee's Bid. who herself won a South Australian Oaks and was placed in a couple of other Oaks races. He's a 3-year-old bay colt, raced by the Woodland Stud Syndicate, managed by Jack and Bob Ingham, who went so desperately close with Octagonal a few years ago, but they've now won their first Amy Derby. And for John Hawkes, it's his second win in the race, more than 20 years apart. Sky Heights, a game second by Zabeel from Moet Heights, Colin Alderson and Damien Oliver. And third Lawyer by Wajib from Resound Lady, Clary Connors and Shane Dye. Mossman, a game fourth and fifth runaway in the time of 2 minutes 35.1. But welcome him back to scale, ladies and gentlemen, the Amy Victoria Derby winner, Arena and Larry Cassidy.
By the same token, if it gets a run through, further back on the beam, Take That as they jam up around the home turn from Riverton Road, and Iguazu Stylish Ledge back last now, and out wide King Royale in the straight. Bay of Sunshine goes up and measures with Nailom. They were clear of Court Runner. Bold Spirit is under some pressure, so is On the Beam, and down the outside Limber Up is starting to make a bit of ground, but the grey On the Beam comes after this leader, Bay of Sunshine. On the Beam and Bay of Sunshine, they're drifting apart. On the Beam, the outside, Bay of Sunshine. Take That is storming home. It's On the Beam, the Ghostly Grey, about a long neck to a half over Bay of Sunshine. Third placing goes to Take That. Then came Bold Spirit, Kurt Ruller and Stylish Lad made ground from the...
We only wanted to win one in Melbourne, not two. Yeah.
To lead from Come On Grace, and then Emerald Green wider as Zephyr Bell, followed by Snar Dame. Bossy second last, and a length further back is Sporting Colours. They race on towards the 1,000 marker, and the leader here is Planet Green, about 3/4 of a length over Emerald Green, 2 lengths to Zephyr Bell, a half to Come On Grace, back to fourth on the inside, a little more than a length then coming Snar Dame, followed by Sporting Colours and Bossy. 8 lengths would cover them, working to the side and going past the 800 marker, and Planet Green untroubled to lead the way, and getting out by about 2 lengths now on Emerald Green. A length and a half further back is Zephyr Bell, a length into Come On Grace, followed by Snar Dame. Bossy a little wide, and Sporting Colours is last of all with 550 to travel, and there's no change in the order. The Hawkesbury train, Planet Green, is making play, a length and 3/4 Emerald Green. One to Zephyr Bell, Come On Grace over on the inside from Bossy, and then Snar Dame and Sporting Colours. Straightening up now, 3:50 to go, and Planet Green a length Emerald Green. Come On Grace over on the inside from Zephyr Bell. Sporting Colours can't get clear from Snar Dame and Bossy on the outer. Any one of the 7 can win. Planet Green the leader. Come On Grace try to get up on the inside, no room, and here's Bossy flying down the outside. Bossy is coming quickly, Snar Dame going with it, and Planet Green on the inside. I reckon Bossy. I think Bossy and Nostril. Planet Green in a very close finish from Snar Dame, Zephyr Bell, Come On Grace, no luck in the straight from Emerald Green and Sporting Colours.
All in. Ready to run. Group 1, 2,000 metres. Gates, now something's wrong at the start, surely. Markham missed it, and Fairform's gate, I don't know if it opened. It stood in the gates and missed it hopelessly, Fairform. Champagne first out from Aerosmith. Anis Mirabilis is quickly racing to go to the lead early. Tie the Knot settling fourth from Northern Drake. It's All in Fun. 2 lengths Catlin opening Marble Halls. 2 lengths Dodge, Markham and Fairform tacked on after a very strange start. Passing the 1,600 metres now, and it's Anis Mirabilis bowling clear, setting a fast tempo. He's a pacemaker back home, and he's going to do it here. He's opened up a huge lead. Going to the 1,400, and Anis Mirabilis has put 10 lengths on them. Settling second is Aerosmith. A length Champagne, a length and a half Tie the Knot fourth on the inside. Then Northern Drake. 2 lengths Marble Halls, followed by It's All in Fun. 2 lengths Markham outside Catlin opening. Markham's racing 3 wide. Dodge is back on the inside, and a length to Fairform. Anis Mirabilis heading to the 1,400. 1,000 metres. He has put about 10 lengths on them, and he's bowling clear for Luca Dettori. In second placing is Aerosmith, who's got the donkey work to do to take the field up. Champagne is third. Tie the Knot fourth on the inside when they swept down the side from Northern Drake. 2 lengths, It's All in Fun. Marble Hall's on the inside, and Markham's been trapped the entire way. A length and a half cattle in opening. Fair Form's tacked onto the field and is going up on the outside, and Dodge's last. Anis Mirabilis came back to them very quickly as the MacKinnon field swings for home, and it's Anis Mirabilis a length in front of Champagne. Aerosmith on the inside. Northern Drake wider out. Markham is putting himself in the show. Then came Tie the Knot. In the straight, Anis Mirabilis the leader with Champagne going up to him quickly on the outside, and at the 300 she puts her head in front. Northern Drake is starting to come home well, then Aerosmith and Tie the Knot. Champagne well clear though at the 200. She's 3 lengths in front of Northern Drake. Aerosmith, Tie the Knot and Anis Mirabilis, and Champagne a sterling winner. Champagne beat Northern Drake and Aerosmith. Tie the Knot and Anis Mirabilis, who got tightened by Aerosmith passing the line. Next Catlin opening, a gap to Markham. Marble Halls, It's All in Fun, Dodge and Fair Form last of all. But I just suggest you hold your tickets there. 2 minutes 2.3 is the time.
Inside of on its outside the other runner Aviate, about a length and a half away then Brother Mayor on the outside of Tambin Lad, 1 length Amarina, further back in the field Lithium, and then came Make a Scene. They've quickened, and Blue Sun last inside the 600 rounding the home turn. Pearl Prince hasn't been able to really get away. He's a length in front of Exalted Miss and Lindbird. 4th placing Aviate, and then came Brother Mayor to the outside. Lithium runs on. Pearl Prince hasn't handled the home tool or that well. He shifted ground, and Exalted Miss moves up on the outside to tackle. Lindbird third. Further back behind them with the whips produced at the 200 metre mark came Aviate. Make a Scene is running on. Pearl Prince just the leader. Lindbird, Make a Scene down the outside is swamping them. Here comes the good thing, Make a Scene. He's raced up to Pearl Prince and grabbed him to score by a half. Nearly 3/4 Pearl Prince, who battled on very well. Third is pretty tight. Amarina was late on the scene in a photo with Aviate and Lindbird back on the rail. Then Exalted Miss followed by Tambin Lad. They were followed further back then by Brother Mayor. Then came Blue Sun, and
thank you very much for this lovely trophy.
Off and a handy third on the outside is Late Whisper from Iga Win, and then over on the inside or near enough to it is High Office, then Room for a Slew followed by Royal Anthem, and Sweeping View is the tail ender. They gallop 350 metres, and Crestfallen loping along in the lead, a length and a half on Late Whisper, a similar margin to the favourite Rubatoff. At its quarters on the outside is Iga Win, 2 to High Office on the inside of Room for a Slew, a couple to Royal Anthem, and 3/4 Sweeping View the outside. 9:50 to go as they race out of the back straight, and Crestfallen, nothing really worrying her in front. She's about a length clear on Late Whisper, 2 1/2 to Rubatoff, parked over on the inside of Iga Win. Nearly 3 lengths then to High Office, racing on the inside of Room for a Slew, and 2 further back are Royal Anthem and Sweeping View. Coming along the side, they're racing in pairs, the 8 of them, nearing the 600 marker. No change in the pattern whatsoever, and Crestfallen in front, about 3/4 of a length on Late Whisper, 2 1/2 to Rubatoff, and Iga Win racing together, as are another 2 1/2 away High Office and Room for a Slew, and still 2 to Royal Anthem on the inside of Sweeping View. Homeward bound, and Crestfallen as the rider goes for it. Late Whisper sticking on very well. In fact, Late Whisper put the head in front of Crestfallen. Rubatoff off the fence now and tackling Late Whisper, followed by Iga Win. High Office can't get out, and Room for a Slew is rattling home. Late Whisper grabbed by Rubatoff. Room for a Slew coming home doggedly at the outside, but Rubatoff in front, and Rubatoff will hang on. Rubatoff beat Late Whisper and Room for a Slew, followed by Crestfallen, High Office, and the last 3, Royal Anthem, Iga Win and Sweeping View.
Thanks.
All in. Racing in the Salinger, staging away well, so was Theatre and Rock You. And now Magic Music, the lone one, going to the grandstand side all on her own. Heading down to the 1,000 metres, and Theatre had cut them off. Dantelar went across fast to sit up on the outside. Just behind them in third placing, Rock You from Tauke, and Paint's gone up quickly on the outside of those, followed by Scandinavia and staging just behind these horses. They're being followed by Malugwa Flavour over on the inside, and Rebel is last of the horses down on the flat side, with Magic Music coming solo on the grandstand side. At the 600, and the 3-year-old Theatre led from Dantelar. Paint on the outside, and just behind them Rock You, followed by Tauke in the middle in the blue and light blue. Then Scandinavia over on the outside, followed by Staging Flavour. Behind these is Malugwa, the grey, pulled out wide, and then Rebel with Magic Music down the grandstand side. At the 300, Theatre is headed by Dantelar. Paint is next. Here comes Scandinavia with a run on the outside now. Dantelar from Theatre, Paint, Tauke and Scandinavia. At the 100 metres, Flavour's coming home well. Scandinavia's hit the front though. Flavour coming at it. Flavour or Scandinavia, I'm not sure. Very close. Tauke might have got third from Theatre, Malugwa, and on the outside of those was Rebel. Further back in the field is...
Better ones to begin was Country Hero with Mr. Sands out wide, and also Lake Villa, and there's Tredevo spearing through the group to be a leader. Chief Seattle's right up on the speed. Further back in the field, Lord William, Prime Ruler. Darahim is back there with it. Prime Ruler's just ahead of that group. They're caught out wide, Alberta Boy. Further back, Torlina on the inside of Mr. Sands, and last of all, the stayer Obscenic. On the side, down to the 650, they race coming to the home turn, and it's Chief Seattle, a narrow leader from over on the outside. Another one just snookered there. Lake Villa is up on its outside. General Kaz, the one racing deep. Lake Villa's even deeper, pushing up in the centre. Tredevo makes almost a line of 4. In fact, it is a quartet now. Just in behind those came Country Hero, and Prime Ruler's going okay, looking for run. General Kaz further back in the field. Darahim got onto the heels of one. Obscenic ran into it and got checked. Torlina's working into the race in the middle, and wider out Mr. Sands and Murder Boy and Lord William. They're all over the track here. Tredevo hit the front from Prime Ruler coming through. Torlina late. Tredevo in front. Tredevo wins. Tredevo ahead on the line. Prime Ruler, Torlina. Third, fourth placing, I think, to Lake Villa. Obscenic was a sensational run, all things considered. Wider out Mr. Sands, followed by Between Horses Lake Villa pulling up quickly. Lord William ran on. Darahim got into bother.
And he's run especially well at the Valley, and last year he went to Sydney and he...
There's the favourite, Bazile Bay locked away. Pleasure Giver moved up. Saboom going in. Zahiro coming up, and Litmus will be the last. And they're all in. All set now. Last event on Derby Day. 1400. Off they go. And a good start. Monet's Cove, the first to break the line, jumped out in front of Hold'em and Bazile Bay. Rancho Spark spearing up on the inside, and Classic Day not far off the pace. Zahiro improving out wide. At the 1200, Rancho Spark led. Bazile Bay hunts up into second, only about a head away. A length and a half behind the Monet's Cove. Pushing up on the inside, Classic Day, keeping Zahiro working 3 wide at the 1,000 metre mark. 2 lengths to Hold'em and ridden off the speed. Cut up rough on the fence behind him, and Sir Boom going up out wide. 1.5 Major Victory. 2 lengths to Pleasure Giver Inauguration. 3 lengths to Confiscate Monopolise. 2 lengths to Litmus. 5 lengths Galactic Valley, and Blazing Steel is behind him on the rails. Coming up towards the turn, Rancho Spark has them strung out over plenty of territory. At the 600, corners in front of Bazile Bay. Zahiro working hard on the outside, and the orange cap, Monet's Cove just inside it. Classic Day the fence. Then Cut Up Rough, followed by Hold'em and Sir Boom, Pleasure Giver and Major Victory a good way back. They're coming towards the 300 metres now. Oh, Cassidy's confident. Had another look. 2 looks across the shoulder as he sends the favourite away from Rancho Spark, and they're 4 lengths to Classic Day. Then came Monet's Cove and Pleasure Giver, but Bazile Bay racing clear at the 100. Put 3 or 4 lengths on Rancho Spark. Pleasure Giver running on well, but Bazile Bay bolts it in by 5 lengths. Pleasure Giver second. Rancho Spark held on well for third. Then Monopolise, Classic Day and Major Victory together from Monet's Cove. Next to finish Sir Boom and Litmus, and then came Blazing Steel, Cut Up Rough. Back behind those Zahiro, who worked hard before weakening. Inauguration, Confiscate towards the end of the field, back there with Galactic Valley and Holterman. Wow, if that time is right, and I
To begin, Dark Lane jumped very well, so did French Crooner. Going after them too was Daring Tactics, and also Lord Roseland driving through, happened to be as prominent. Caught very wide, Gentle Appeal, pushing through on the inside, Hasty Jest. Then further back to Macklemar, and they were followed. Back in the division then over on the inside by Harcourt, and further back there with it came the Khaleesi Kid, and Courting Luck is last, and French Flute is about fourth last. Hasty Jest has got through on the inside. Hasty Jest to lead by a half, Lord Roseland. This keeps happening to be three deep, negotiating the turn inside the 600. Daring Tactics travels up pretty well to fourth. Ryder getting a little busier on it. They were followed by Dark Lane and then French Crooner. Back in the field behind them, French Flute. Then came Gentle Appeal, hard ridden, homeward bound, and Hasty Jest went for home now. Second placing happened to be in the centre, Lord Roseland. Daring Tactics whacking away on the inside. Gentle Appeal's making ground with Dark Lane in the concluding stages. Then French Crooner right down the outside laters, Courting Luck, but it's Hasty Jest well clear in the concluding stages. Hasty Jest is doing it well and goes on to score. Second goes to Gentle Appeal. Third placing goes to Daring Tactics, followed wider out on the track then by Courting Luck, which has been some sort of a run. Happened to be back behind them, caught wide throughout.
Early lead now from Bombardment, who jumped away pretty well. Third is Dr. Squill, followed by Grey Dawn, trapped just that little bit deep early. A length Elite Trooper on the outside of Lively Lad, one to Battle Wise, and a length and a half the favourite Gracida. At the 1200 metres, and Face It on the outside, and Bombardment. Not a tremendous amount of speed on here, and they match strides, a length and a half to 2 Dr. Squill, and then Lively Lad, Grey Dawn, and about 3 further back as they run to the 1,000 mark of Elite Trooper. Battle Wise, the neck back on the inside, and 3 lengths Gracida. Working to the side of the track and going along to approach the 800 pole. And here's some action coming from the rider of Dr. Squill. He wasn't happy with the speed. I refer to young Jackson Morris. And Dr. Squill sped around the outside to lead about a length and 3/4 Bombardment. 3/4 to Face It, about 2 lengths further back on the inside, Lively Lad from Grey Dawn. Then Elite Trooper, Battle Wise, and a length and a half further back is Gracida sticking to the inside. Coming up to and around the home corner, and Dr. Squill from Newcastle. Morris has a peep over the left shoulder. It straightens up about 2 lengths Bombardment. Lively Lad getting up on the inside. A length and a half to Gracida, hooking away from the rails now. And then Face It, followed by Grey Dawn. Gracida starting to knuckle down to his work. He's after Dr. Squill. Gracida's finishing powerfully. Eyes looking the goods. He's home. This will be 3 for Rod Quinn today. Gracida put 2 Dr. Squill. Lively Lad, Bombardment, Grey Dawn. But Gracida trots it in. Gracida, an easy winner from Dr. Squill. Third is either Lively Lad or Bombardment, followed by Grey Dawn, and then came Battle Wise, Face It, and Elite Trooper last. Much too good. Number 4, Gracida, ridden by Rod Quinn, and has returned 290 and 140. Dr. Squill, number 5, has run second, and it'll return a dividend of $2. And the issue for third is relatively close. We'll have the third number coming up in just a moment. The winner, Gracida, is a promising horse. He is trained by Ron Lehman at Warwick Farm for many owners. R and Mrs. L. Turk, K and Mrs. M. O'Neill, Mrs. G and D. R. Lehman, G and Mrs. J. Menzies, R. J. Hughes and R. Bamford. So plenty to split up the spoils of $25,160. The winner by Dr. Grace from Candida, known as Gracida, a bay gelding 4, and as I say, 3 winners to Rodney Quinn. Second goes to number 5, that is Dr. Squill, and number 6 has run third, and that is Bombardment, whose dividend is $1.90. Dr. Squill by Squill from Sister Cola, a brown gelding 5, Peter Domkins, Newcastle, and Bombardment by Sanction Zoffagala, Chestnut gelding 5, Alan Denham, the trainer. Now, the 4th, 5th and 6th numbers should be up shortly for the New South Wales Superfecta. Overall, the time was 1:30.17, 1:30.17, and 34.53 was the sectional time. 4th and 5th and 6th, here we go. Number 2 was 4th, number 3 ran 5th, and number 9 was 6th. So 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 9 are the Superfecta placings on race number 8. Yeah, well, he was...
Now Hastings is going to come up and complete the line. 1,600 metres for the first event. Carbine Club in the first race of the carnival, about to get underway. Sobervane has the inside gate. Delirious bounced around in the stalls. Off they go. And Kenzine the first to bounce out. LA Suez began well, eases back early. Special Edition and Cybervane into stride fast, and Royal Voyage is up there as well when they settle down now. Hastings, Toy Carousel and Delirious settling towards the end, and Sedation has only that trio behind it. Special Edition race to the lead now and got about a length and a half in front. Kenzine is running second, 3 lengths to Royal Voyage, a length and a half Cybervane and Neck Kilimanjaro. One further back in the field, Dashing Image ahead, Delirious the outside, Sedation trapped out a bit, and then LA Suez over on the inside. King Lotto between horses, second last Toy Carousel, and Hastings last of all when they went past 1,000. Special Edition the leader, out by a length and a half, running second is Kenzine. 2.5 Cybervane in the yellow sleeves, running third on the inside. Royal Voyage is around it, 2 lengths Dashing Image on the inside, and Kilimanjaro. A couple of lengths into LA Suez, and the red with the gold cap, well back on the rails, coming up towards the turn. Delirious around it with Sedation in the centre, and then Hastings over on the inside, and a line of 3, including the filly Toy Carousel and King Lotto. Round the turn now, and Special Edition set sail for the run to the judge, 2 lengths to Kenzine second. Royal Voyage running on fairly well on the outside, and then Cybervane. LA Suez is into the clear now, and Dye's got him under the whip, and with Sedation coming home fast on the outside of him. Special Edition took the field to the 200, leading Kenzine, Royal Voyage, and wider out is LA Suez and Sedation. Kenzine took the lead. Royal Voyage is tackling it, and now the filly Toy Carousel. Royal Voyage and Kenzine, Toy Carousel coming at them hard. They go to the line. I think Toy Carousel might have just got there from Royal Voyage and Kenzine. A gap behind them, LA Suez and Special Edition from Sedation. Next to finish was Delirious. A gap to Cybervane, followed by King Lotto, Hastings, Kilimanjaro and Dashing Image last of all. Judge calls for a photo to sort out the first on the program. Toy Carousel storming home has got there to win. Number 10. The only filly of the field has landed the prize for Stephen Alderson, ridden by Larry Cassidy. Number 9 second, Royal Voyage, ridden by Brett Preble. And 12 third, Kenzine, ridden by Stephen Baster. Numbers are 10, 9 and 12 in the first, and the time 1:35.2. Light flashing. Racing, Chavog began okay. Jumalik flew the gates. Out quickly as Natural As My Name, but Jumalik's going to take the field very quickly down to the inside rail with great pace and leads from Chavog. In third placing, Point Danger moving up on the outside as they go past the 1,000-metre mark. Just behind them, Natural As My Name, and then Marauding Rogue and Tokyo Cut on the outside. At the 800 metres, and Jumalik on the inside, the leaders. Chavog, the favourite, moved up and joined at the outside. They're about 3 lengths in front of Point Danger. A long break then to Natural As My Name, Tokyo Cut and Marauding Rogue on the inside. By the 600, Jumalik, the leader, about a neck in front of Chavog. The favourites leading Point Danger, and a break of about 5 lengths further back, Natural As My Name, Tokyo Cut and Marauding Rogue. At the 400, Jumalik on the inside, Chavog on the outside. Point Danger's running a bit of a race coming at the pair of them now. They're at the 300 metres. Jumalik under pressure. Point Danger's going better than the pair of them. Point Danger's raced up and taken the lead now from Chavog, and Jumalik battling strongly on the inside at the 100 metres, and Point Danger broke 2 lengths in front. He's home for Brett Preble, Jumalik and then Chavog. Point Danger folding up on the line, but Point Danger wins it from Jumalik. Chavog struggling into third placing, remains a Melbourne maiden. Next, Natural As My Name, and a long break behind them to Tokyo Cut and Marauding Rogue. Point Danger, ridden by Brett Preble, starting to curl up a little bit under pressure at the last bit of the race, but he's been way too good. He claimed the 2 favourites a long way from home, and in the sprint to the line he's been far too good. Drew away from them, Preble wielding the whip, got an action where he holds his head quite low, but he drives away. Jumalik battled strongly after showing pace, but it was really all Point Danger in the run home. He might have even half tried to have a little pig route close to the line, but it's been a decisive victory for this gangling 3-year-old gelding who's still green and learning all about it, but he's got immense talent. There's little doubt about that. He's now won 4 of his 6. 3 to move in. Starbinder coming up. Guardian Angel getting ready. Vitronite the last to move in. All in for the SAAB. Starter hits the button and they're on their way. Second coming, the Derby winner first to bounce out. Prince Aluka was away quickly. Chatham drifting back at the start. Albuarami was out in a hurry, and so too Prince Dandan, the Moonee Valley Cup winner. Might have to steady though. He's caught 4 wide with the first turn looming up. Vitronite easing back. He's about 4 wide. And Prince Dandan working up on the outside at the 2200 as they head to the Riverside. Second coming from Prince Dandan. Prince Aluka 2 lengths back. Sports Circuit outside him. 1.5 to Bridle Man up to 5th. A length and a half Albuarami, and then Starbinder to the inside. 1 to Backdrop and Lisa's Game. 2 lengths further back Chatham on the inside of Brilliant Power, and Ildon Pratted out 3 wide. About 2.5 Zedeka, more than 2 lengths to Vitronite. 2 lengths to Our Unicorn, who's second last, and Guardian Angel by the 1800 metres, and Prince Dandan had gone to the lead. There's no time for loafers here. He leads by 2 lengths to second coming. 2 lengths away Prince Aluka. Sports Circuit a neck away fourth. 1.5 to Starbinder. Bridle Man out 3 wide. Albuarami in the centre. 1 to the grey Chatham over on the inside. Backdrop is racing 3 deep, but does have a little bit of cover from Bridle Man. Lisa's Game between horses. Another 2 lengths break in the field to Ildon, who's racing outside Brilliant Poet. 1 Zedeka. About 2.5 to Vitronite, Guardian Angel, and Our Unicorn, the top weight, is last of all. 1,200 metres to go, and Prince Dandan a length and a half in front. Second coming is running second. 3 lengths away in the field, then Prince Aluka, who's being trailed by Sports Circuit on the outside. 1.5 to Bridle Man, 5th outside Starbinder in the red and gold colours. Albuarami between horses. 1.5 to Backdrop Chatham, a half Lisa's Game. Ildon is next, being ridden along at the moment in the purple and gold stars. Zedeka on the fence, and then Brilliant Power and Vitronite. Guardian Angel second last, and Our Unicorn will need his big sprint to win from there when they came to the turn, but they have run along and he's got a chance. Prince Dandan led at the 600, and neck to second coming to Prince Aluka. They've broken about 3 to 4 to Starbinder, Albuarami, then Bridle Man under the whip. Vitronite pulls to the outside. Our Unicorn's got a card into the race on his back, now peels out when they balance. Prince Dandan from second coming, and Prince Aluka chiming in. 2 lengths Starbinder, the Sandown Cup winner, working into his race. They're followed then by Zedeka. Chatham coming home, and Our Unicorn, they're inside the 2, second coming. Just the leader from Prince Aluka. Starbinder still running home well. 100 out, and Starbinder now has raced up and gone to the lead. Starbinder from second coming, Prince Aluka, and Starbinder another one for Brett Preble. Second coming second. Prince Aluka third, and then Prince Dandan held on well from Chatham and Our Unicorn. Just one batted a bit in the straight. Back behind them was Zedeka, and they're followed by Ildon, and then trailed Lisa's Game, Brilliant Poet, Backdrop, Vitronite, Guardian Angel, Albuarami, and a break in the field, Sports Circuit and Bridle Man. Number 8, Starbinder, has taken the SAAB quality. A horse who isn't headed for the Melbourne Cup. He's beaten number 10, second coming.